jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands, yeah, I grew up. Ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm two up right now. Two up right now.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Mexico City Conquistadors and the New Orleans Saints. Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Collardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the defense. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gun.
He'll look to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Leopard!
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense,
and that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot. Hot.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Buying time to his left. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get sixes. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku, an 11-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going?
Over!
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Tighten up. Pull together. Gun!
Here's Smith now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll come out throwing here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun!
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Detroit! Detroit!
Play action. It's Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Over! 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 Hut! Hut!
Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Cameron Meredith, 52 yards. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check! Patriot! Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom,
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he fends him off. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I've got to give it up for him right there. Stared down the barrel of the blitz. Acted as his own blitz control, knew he would take the hit, and dumped it off, and they pick up a first down.
That's what the safety valve's there for, right?
That's exactly what he's there for, although most quarterbacks will tell you, I wouldn't mind actually having him in to protect so I don't get hit as often, but sometimes you just have to step up and make a play.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the back. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And Gano is going to miss this one left. Oh, it's no good for Gano. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun!
Smith on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints add on to their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They're going to look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. DJ Moore, 31 yards. And his guys now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Ron Rivera didn't get the nickname Riverboat Ron for nothing. His guys are going to go for 2 here.
Detroit!
And we're going to get a timeout here as the play clock was down to 2, and they'll have 2 remaining. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Here's a toss coming right. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second and 10. Smith again. Dancing to his left. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Travis Kelce, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now back out comes the offense. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Now he's forced out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
12 more yards there and another first down. First down, they go option to the right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a... So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Watch the pass.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 43 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting.
And it's caught. Touchdown. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. You got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas add on to their lead. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And here now the offense heading back out there. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The offense on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Oh, now he bowls him over. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from it.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from it. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Hut.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's he said it's them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so. Don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? When I look at my snap, I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, that straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline.